All right, I am back with more scary unsolved internet mysteries. Starting us off, we have the Unfavorable Semicircle. This is said to be YouTube's strangest unsolved mystery. It started in March of 2015 when a YouTube account with the title Unfavorable Semicircle was created. From there, they started to post these weird cryptic videos, which I'll show on the screen. It was just all titled with the Sagittarius symbol, you know, the arrow. I'm a Sag. And just random numbers. The videos were often of abstract pixelated images. Some videos were also accompanied with weird distorted sounds. Or you could hear a muffled male voice breathing or just reciting random letters and numbers, and no one knew what these videos meant. This channel posted thousands of these weird cryptic videos. To this day, nobody knows what the videos mean or who's behind this channel in the videos. Now, here's where it gets weird.
Conspiracy theories.
A bunch of Reddit users became determined to solve this mystery. From there, the channel gained a lot of media attention. They're like, what is this channel? But as soon as this happened, YouTube suspended the channel without explanation. The videos are basically lost forever except for some screen recordings that people have. But why would, when the channel is getting so much attention, YouTube look into it and then suspend their channel? Like, what is going on? What is going on? Literally, what is going on?
I don't know what is going on. What the fuck is going on?
Next up, we have The Friends Until the End. Now, this story has always given me the goosebumps because there's just like so much conspiracy behind it. But basically, on August 23rd of 1987, a train conductor called in an incident in Arkansas. He was unable to stop the train in time, and there were two boys laying on the train tracks, and so he ran over them. The men had been tied to the tracks. These men were later identified as Don Henry and Kevin Ives. And what happened was the medical examiner was just like,
Oh, they smoked too much cannabis. They fell asleep on the tracks.
Okay, sure, they just somehow tied themselves to the track. People weren't buying it, so people looked into it. Basically what happened is that the two went out to hunt illegally together, and they were gonna hunt with flashlights. Basically, it's called spotlighting, where you shine a light in the animal's eyes, causing them to freeze, and then the other person shoots them. It's illegal. Don't do it. It's cruel. Anyway, on that night, they set out to the area behind Henry's house where there were train tracks to go hunt. 2 hours later, their bodies were found on the train tracks. So what happened in that time? Upon further investigation, it was found that the boys were dead before the train even ran over them. Now, here are the questions that everyone wants answers to. Who killed them and why? One huge theory is that there was a drug drop going down at that time, and they were kind of in the wrong place at the wrong time, and they witnessed it and they had to be killed as a result. But we don't know for sure. It's also weird because years later, someone came forward being like, yeah, that's what happened, and verified the story, but police just never looked into it further, so we still truly don't know what happened to these poor innocent guys. Next up on our list, we have Ted the Caver. So some say this is an urban legend, others say it's a true story. You decide what you want to believe. Back in February of 2000, a man known only by the name of Ted the Caver posted that he was exploring unknown cave passages in the US, and he would always document his experience in journal entries. So this one time, he entered a cave and they found a narrow passage with a small hole. So he drilled the hole and decided to explore even further. But as they went on to explore the cave, weird things began to happen. Him and his friend started hearing screaming, and then they found weird hieroglyphics on the wall. And then apparently he encountered an evil spirit that followed him home. All of this was backed up with photos and stuff, which I have been inserting on the screen, or I should have been. If not, I'm a bad editor.
Honey, you did good!
His last post was on May 19th of 2001, where Ted revisited the cave, and he said that he would update his followers when he returned home. There was never an update, and he never returned home. So it's thought that he died in this cave, maybe by the evil spirits. In fact, the story has been so popular that there's a movie made out of it. A horror movie, of course. Next on our list, we have the Lake City Quiet Pills. This is another very weird thing. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. It just gives me the chills and makes me want to stay off the internet. So it started with the death of a Reddit user named Religion of Peace. Now, he was the moderator for a subreddit called Jailbait, which was a disturbing subreddit on its own. But he mainly posted about his military experience and about guns and yeah, and he would talk about this website called LakeCityQuietPills.com. But when people investigated the site, they realized that it was not what they thought it was. The motto of this website is dispensing Lake City Quiet Pills to lousy bastards in need of permanent rest since 1968. On this website, there was just a bunch of really shady stuff. For example, there would be job listings on the site, and it would say, and I quote, here's one, immediate need, 8 to 10 Chinese/Korean, fluent Korean dialect accent details after contact. 12-week half pay, no papers, no problems. People theorize that this site was used as a way to pass assassination jobs back and forth. Like, here's the people we're looking for, can you work for us? Yes or no. Now, people dug even further and they found a government-owned bullet factory in Missouri called Lake City Ammunition Plant, meaning the quiet pills that everyone is talking about is referring to bullets. Remember their slogan that says dispensing quiet pills, so dispensing bullets to lousy bastards in need of permanent rest? It all makes sense now. It all makes sense.
It all keeps adding up.
So this website that this Reddit user was promoting, basically full of illegal activities. That's great. And no one knows who's behind it. I don't even know if it's been shut down. Am I going on the site? Probably not. They'll probably track my computer and come and kill me. Next up, we have more disturbing forums that were found online. This one is from 4chan, throwback. There was a forum basically for serial killers. So a person discovered a post where someone asked what they kept in their freezer, and the person replied with a picture of body parts in the freezer.
Freezer Frankenstein!
Imagine that. Hey, what do you guys keep in your freezer? You know, ice cream, drumsticks, yeah, what about that? Frozen chicken thighs, oh, that's a real person's thigh. Okay, that's a dead body. Okay, you know? Another killer decided to play a game on 4chan where there was a missing person, and he said he was responsible for this missing person, and they said if anyone guessed where they hid the body, they would get a prize.
I don't fully trust you.
And so he would, you know, tease them, maybe give them coordinates, give them hints, and be like, this is where I hid the body, come and find it. But we don't know if the body was ever found, because who would want to go there? Maybe it's just a trap and the killer pops out and he's like, you're my dead body that's gonna be buried here, haha. You know what I'm saying? So, pretty freaking creepy.
Creepy.
All right, this is our second to last story that I'll be talking about today, and it's how to be a serial killer. This was the name of a real website that taught people how to be a serial killer. Thank gosh it is no longer active for reasons you can imagine, but the site went into full detail on how to kill people and get away with it. Now, eventually, the site was removed, but if you still went to the site, a message popped up and it said, if you're really interested in killing someone, why don't you just start with yourself? Yeah, no. No. Again, we still know who created this website and why, and they should be found and arrested.
Just arrest them. Get them out of here.
And the final story that I'm going to be talking about is The Omen. Yes, the horror movie, The Omen, because it is straight up cursed, and there's so much mystery surrounding it. So The Omen is a 1976 horror movie, and it caused a number of real-life tragedies. It was thought to be a cursed movie set. A number of the cast members got into terrible accidents. Here are some of these terrible accidents. A special effects consultant, John Richardson, got into a car crash, and his assistant, Liz Moore, was cut in half during the accident. And he survived, but he saw what happened to her. And this is actually similar to a death of a character in the actual film. So that's creepy.
So creepy.
But that's not all.
But wait!
There's more.
The screenwriter and executive producer were both on different planes that got struck by lightning on different occasions. Again, they weren't hurt, but it's a bad omen. There's more. An animal trainer hired to keep the cast and crew safe was killed by a tiger. A group of trained Rottweilers suddenly attacked a stuntman and injured him out of the blue. And in fact, the man who created the Omen warned everyone that the film was going to be cursed. So he's like, straight up, it's gonna be cursed. And they didn't listen, and they still made the film. The craziest thing though, is that, like I said, the guy got in the car accident, the lady was decapitated, you know. But when he got out of the car, he saw a road sign off to the side, and it literally said the town of Omen, O-M-M-E-N, was 66.6 kilometers away. If that's not a sign, well, it's literally a sign, but if that's not a sign, I don't know what is. Literally, people died, he got out of the car, he's just like, oh look, Omen is 66.666. Sorry, I'm getting passionate. All right, guys, that's all for today's video. If you want to see more spooky content like this, then smash that like button. Obviously, let me know in the comments below. I've been your host, Lindsay Ivan. Stick around for some bloopers, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye. Do you want to build a snowman? All right, I am back. That sounded weird. But basically, on August 23rd, he was a moderator for a subreddit, and then he would encourage posts to get people, and in our last stop, it's not a freaking train, and in our, it's not number one spot, and the most important one I didn't put on here, Omen. I feel like that's gonna be a short video. Oh well.
Creepy.